Prepare to embark on a transformative journey with me today as I delve into the ancient system of healing known as Ayurveda. In this series, I invite you to join me as I interview individuals who have undergone the rigorous study of Ayurveda at Maharishi International University. Each episode offers a glimpse into the personal and professional journeys of these individuals, exploring how Ayurveda found them and how they've integrated its timeless wisdom into their lives to enhance overall well-being. My guests share insights and anecdotes that offer a glimpse into the profound impact Ayurveda has had on their lives and the lives of their clients. Hey, well, good afternoon. I think we will jump right in. How are you, Victor?
I am doing great, thank you. And you?
Wonderful, thank you. And we're going to continue our series on your Ayurvedic journey, talking with practitioners, individuals who really come to Ayurveda and embrace the principles of Ayurveda, both professionally and in their daily lives. So I just want to start off, Victor, about tell me a little bit about how Ayurveda found you. Let's start from the beginning. Actually, before we do that, I'd like you just for our listeners and viewers, a little bit about your professional background.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am pharmacist, and I worked in the pharmaceutical industry for about 30 years. And I was a sales representative and also a product manager for some time. And I worked with all kind of pharmaceutical medicine products for gastritis, products for cancer, and depression, anxiety, and vitamins. A lot of products.
Sure. And were you primarily working with physicians in your pharmaceutical sales career or other medical professionals?
Yes, I used to be like a sales representative who was selling to the pharmacies and also visiting the doctors for giving presentations about the products.
Great. And I know you said you live in Ecuador.
Yes, I am living in Guayaquil. It is a big city in Ecuador, and
Awesome.
it's a beautiful country. You are welcome to come.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Um, Perhaps I'll get there. I would love to. So let's shift now. We'll fast forward to Ayurveda. When did Ayurveda first start to percolate for you?
Um, I started my practice of transcendental meditation about 35 years ago, and then I began to practice the CDSTM, and for a long time I was interested in studying all the Vedic knowledge. I studied about Jyotish and about Sapatya Veda, and at the last, after some years working in the in the pharmaceutical industry, I began to feel some problems in my health. I was having like high triglycerides, also some problems with my legs. I felt them like some numbness and tightness, and also in my digestion. And modern medicine didn't offer me a real uh, cure for my health problems. And also my mother has diabetes, hypertension, and arthritis. And she was like deteriorating her health as the time comes by. So I wanted to help her and also myself. And then I quit my job, and I I gave like a big jump into the Ayurveda because I left everything for studying Ayurveda. And I started the master's in Maharishi Ayurveda in 2017. And then it began my journey in Ayurveda. And I am always learning something. Is
Absolutely.
Yes, it's
And
wonderful.
that's a Master's of Ayurveda at Maharishi International University, MIU, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Great.
Uh,
And go ahead.
I am still working as a teacher assistant in the Maharishi Ayurveda program.
That's great. So you learn as a teacher.
Yes, yes, and I am like learning twice the same thing, but also trying to grasp deeply in the knowledge.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Ayurveda is it does take a certain level of consciousness and also just being immersed in and letting it permeate. So that's wonderful. You have that opportunity um, to be steeped in the knowledge yet again. That's wonderful. So tell me, once you enrolled in the Ayurveda program, the master's degree, um, I assume at that time you started integrating some of the principles of Ayurveda into your daily life and into helping your mother as well with her health. Um, and were you able to see some transformations, both personally for both of you?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I think that um, one is the three pillars of Ayurveda are diet, lifestyle, and also the help of the herbs. So behavior is also another important pillar. So we started to integrate all this knowledge into our daily life, and especially with the diet. Uh, I think this diet is the most like difficult part at the beginning, but as time goes by, you are like uh, becoming natural in doing the right things every day. Okay, especially with the eating and the right time of eating, the right amount of food, and according to the capacity of the digestion. So all this is very practical because at the first moment that you are learning something, you can integrate it and include in your daily life in a natural way.
Yeah, I love that. It's not as though you wait 3 years and all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to start doing Ayurveda. You start doing it right away, which is, and you start seeing the results. So,
Yes, yes,
um, and what do you want to describe one or two challenges that you or your mother may have encountered with integrating some of the dietary suggestions, recommendations?
yes. I think that one of the most challenging is to reduce or avoid the red meat,
Okay.
because in
Especially if you're accustomed to, if you're accustomed to a meat-based diet,
yes.
um,
Yes.
initially that could be quite challenging.
Yes. Yes. And uh, because the red meat is very difficult to digest, and also the digestion of the human being is not prepared to digest the red meat. So it takes too much time to digest and metabolize the red meat completely. So it causes a lot of problem to being a red meat eater.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that it's definitely a challenging transition if you're looking at meat and trying to move into vegetarianism with an Ayurvedic approach. There's no doubt. Um, how about your mother? How did she respond to some of the Ayurvedic suggestions, recommendations?
Uh, Fortunately, she's very disciplined, and she always is listening to me. And because uh, I am living with her, I can also make suggestion of how to cook the food, for example, and what is the right time to eat, and what is the right time to go to bed, for example. Those are like more difficult at the beginning to apply. Okay, but with patience and persistence, you can go uh, smoothly into the right daily routine.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's a really big switch coming from the pharmaceutical industry to studying Ayurveda. And you've described some ways that you've integrated it into your personal life. If you look at the 3 years that you spent studying Ayurveda and continue to study, you said you started in 2017, Victor. If you were to just name, just top of mind, um, kind of the top three things that were the most significant shifts that you found were important for you in terms of bringing Ayurveda into your life, things you learned in the program or elsewhere.
I think that managing the stress is very important, and also that's why I quit my job. But also my mother is a meditator as well, so I always motivate her, and also I try to be constant in my meditation practice, and that is the first thing to reduce the stress in our lives, and trying to be trying to have a more peaceful way of living. Second could be the lifestyle, because in our modern times, we always go later to the bed, later than 10 p.m., sometimes 12 in the morning, or 11 p.m. is too late for going to bed, because the body needs to rest and also get rid of the ama, and the best time to do that is from 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning, because it's the pitta time. So if we go to bed uh, before p.m., we have enough time to get rid of the ama or the toxins in a natural way, and also the body rests in a more efficient way, because that is the best time for resting. And uh, lifestyle is also a very important pillar of the Ayurveda. And I can say also exercise and eating in a conscious way and eating organic foods, eating at the right time. For example, the breakfast before 7 or 8 a.m., the lunch from 12 to 2 p.m., and the dinner before 7 p.m. Those are the best time for eating, and also the amount of food. So I mean the main food should be at the midday, because at that time the digestion has the stronger capacity to digest all the food that we need to eat in the day. Okay, so there are many recommendations from Ayurveda that we can apply, but the good thing is that we can apply it every day, and without stress. And so those are practical recommendations that I have been applying all these years, and also my mother. So now she's not taking any conventional medicine. Uh, it's except in the case of she needs when sometimes the blood pressure is rise too much, but otherwise she's only having herbal products. Okay, so
Wonderful, wonderful.
that is a big topic, because my mother used to have insulin like 10 years ago, and it's very difficult in the modern medicine to first reduce the quantity of insulin, and second leave the insulin out
Right.
of.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Yes,
to get off the insulin.
yes. So I think it is a big winning for us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You bring up a good point, and that is the point of you and your mother, you with your mother, you're able to support each other in this journey.
Yes, and she helped me.
And I think that's important. If you were to, someone who's just starting their journey into Ayurveda and they really want to adopt a more holistic way of life, living in tune with nature, and the rhythms of the day, the rhythms of the year. Um, how do they get the support that they really need? Because they're in some ways they're going against the tide.
Yes, I think that first is the knowledge, and if we have the knowledge and we can apply it, the rest is easier for us. And I am trying to motivate her to adopt a healthy life, and so she is willing to accept my recommendations and suggestions. And in that way, I am helping her in her journey, but also she's helping me, because I am learning how to manage her condition in myself. And also she's helping me with the lunch. For example, she prepares the lunch, I prepare the breakfast, and also I prepare the dinner, which is very light, but she's in charge of the main food, which is the lunch. But the lunch should be according with my recommendations. So we are like complementing each other and motivating each other in this journey.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I really love that. And we just talked about some of the top, takeaways and things that you really integrated into your life regarding Ayurveda. And you also mentioned a challenge, shifting from a meat-based diet into a vegetarian diet. Two other challenges that you could share with our audience that you really found challenging in terms of integrating Ayurveda into your daily life.
I think that the switching from modern medicine into only herbal combinations and herbs is sometimes challenging because when the blood sugar is rising too much, at some point we need to get her some insulin. But fortunately, we have the machine to measure her blood sugar. And so we are like guiding ourselves with the measurements against the quantity of insulin, and with uh, with the help of diet and the herbs, she can reduce gradually the insulin intake. And also the same with the blood pressure, because we have the machine to measures the blood pressure, and also we have the help of her endocrinologist, and we are working with him. But not all the medical doctors are willing to work in that way because they have their school, which is conventional medicine, conventional modern medicine. So we needed to look for a doctor that is willing to try the combination
Sure,
of,
to have a more integrative approach and who's willing to work with you in terms of um, just weaning, essentially gradually reducing the medication with the intent that uh, you can
yes.
drop the medication. So that's wonderful that you were able to find somebody. How about one other challenge that you found, either with yourself, with clients you work with, just in terms of bringing Ayurveda into daily life?
I think that sometimes avail, avail, uh, the herbs are not available here in Ecuador, some herbs. So I needed to try with some local herbs here and try to combine local herbs and also some products from Maharishi, and also single herbs. So I am doing like a mix between all of those alternatives for doing herbal recommendations and treatment of our patients. But I think that with the time and the experience, uh, I I have like more experience and more skillness uh, in dealing or managing the treatments with my clients.
Sure, absolutely. So tell me about, you are working with some clients and in an Ayurvedic, working with some clients Ayurvedically as well.
Yes, yes, and challenging with challenges with clients can be the the mind and the
Mhm.
behavior of the client, because some
Would you
clients,
say the mind, would you say the mind is the biggest obstacle?
yes, yes, because at the beginning they are like more skeptical, and also they are expecting to have faster results in a
Okay.
short way. So
Hmm.
uh, the Ayurveda is a long journey, even
Yeah.
for milder conditions, but more if the condition is like chronic or aggravated or severe conditions. They need to be persistent and also self-motivated. And we as a practitioners, the maybe the more challenging point is to motivate them to follow the recommendations, and especially about the lifestyle and diet, because we are here in a very modern lifestyle and diet. So we need to change all of that in 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 some period of time, and some of them is like giving up the treatment after 2 months. But some of them also are persistent, and some of them also come back after some time. And then
Okay,
we
so maybe they're not quite ready the first time, but they see a little bit and they want, it takes
yes,
them a little bit to warm up to it. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Um, in terms of working with your clients, what's really worked in terms of motivating your clients? Have you seen certain things that have really, just your method of working with clients, what's helpful to really motivate clients to implement these changes?
I think that the main point is to help them to become self-referral. Okay, so
Okay.
that means that they should take uh, their own health in their hands. Okay, and not leaving the whole process only into the hands of the doctors, but for themselves, they should take the managing of their health and apply, because some of them uh, expect that the doctors with some pills they resolve all the problems, but it's not that way, because the health is a group of aspects of their life that they need to change, and something and everything need to change, because if they don't change, they will expect the same results. They need to change to expect a different result in their health.
Right, right. They have to, yeah. It may start slowly, but it does really have to change. And you bring up a good point. It's really the self-referral and the self-awareness, which brings the willingness to take responsibility. Um, and oftentimes people really bristle at that word responsibility. They don't want to.
Yes,
But if we, I like the saying that particular podcaster on Ayurveda uses, and he says, "Our health is our greatest asset."
yes, yes, sure, sure.
So if it's our greater asset, our greatest asset, then without our health, we can't do many other things. So, but sometimes still it's really, you don't want to be in a position where you're trying to persuade or convince people. They really, they want to have the knowledge and it really has to come from them.
Yes, 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 for sure. And also, some people are not willing to change. Some people maybe like to continue doing the wrong behavior. For example, the alcohol consumption, or they like to eat red meat almost every day. So they need to change the mindset, and and start to be aware about the damaging that they are doing to their own body and physiology. So the first thing is consciousness about uh, their physiology and how they are managing that treasure, which is the body and the health. So if they don't take care of their own body, they are like losing a big treasure, and they are like going into a vicious cycle.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of a downward spiral,
yes, yes, yes.
no doubt. And so tell me about Ayurveda in Ecuador.
Uh, I think that I am the first Ayurveda practitioner in my country because
Wow.
yes, because I haven't seen anyone who has been studying in a formal way the Ayurveda. Some people are like taking some courses, but not studying in a formal way like I did. And another point is Panchakarma technicians. We don't have a Panchakarma technician except one person who lives like 5 hours from my city, and that is like the difficulty that I found, and also the herbs. Is some herbs are not available, and I need to buy it in the US and then take from there to my country. But uh, the most uh, the most important obstacle is the herbs, the Ayurvedic herbs. So I needed to try some herbs here and combine with the MAPI products and single herbs and some single herbs here.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's so it's there. So there's room for growth in Ecuador.
Yes, yes, yes,
Awesome. Now I know, Victor, that you had a sales career.
yes,
You said 30 years in the pharmaceutical industry, correct?
correct.
Okay. You know, sales is an art.
Yes, yes.
If you were as a former salesperson, if you were to think of ways creatively of how to yoga is very much mainstream. Ayurveda isn't yet.
Yes.
How to bring Ayurveda mainstream?
I think that because the people uh, have not studied formally the Ayurveda, and maybe it's easier to learn some uh, set of yoga asanas, and then you can practice them. But Ayurveda has several levels of knowledge. You have basic
Yes,
knowledge and some advanced knowledge. But many of the people here only uh, have got into the basic knowledge, and
sure,
also I think that I need to spread the knowledge here, and but it takes time. I think that in that sense, I am like alone here. So I need to implement several ways to spread the knowledge here. Maybe creating a web page, and also giving lectures, and uh, also the economical situation is not very well here in my country. So there are several factors, but I think that the most important part is to spread the knowledge and with lectures and most of the people that are coming to me are from other clients or from the Maharishi Meditation Center, and also people that I have met and I talk them about the Ayurveda knowledge. And also I am studying other kind of medicine, which is the Saint Hildegard medicine. And
Yeah, you mentioned that, and I actually you bring me actually to my next point is I think Ayurveda says I'm not sure where I read this or studied this, but everything that heals is Ayurveda.
oh yes, 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 yes,
So you indicated that you have started to integrate some other systems of traditional knowledge.
mhm.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. I also have studied traditional medicine, but then uh, then I found the Saint Hildegard medicine, and I discovered that compared with traditional Chinese medicine and Saint Hildegard medicine, Saint Hildegard medicine is like more compatible with Ayurveda because it's based on lifestyle and plants based, and also San Hildegard says that there is a balance between the work and the prayers and the plants and the diet. So it's very compatible with Ayurveda, and I am like complementing some remedies from San Hildegard with the herbs of Ayurveda, and in that way, I have reached like a higher level of knowledge because I am like confirming many knowledge of the Ayurveda with San Hildegard, and they are wonderful because many principles are similar. So some remedies of San Hildegard are also very useful, very powerful, and in that way I combine them, and I am obtaining very good results with those types of medicine.
That's great. And for people who don't know, Saint Hildegard was living during medieval times, correct?
Yes, yes. And she was named saint and doctor of the church in 2012 by Benedict the Pope. And her knowledge was lost in the time because she created her system of medicine, but then the people forgot about her medicine, except in Germany, which she is coming from. And some medical doctor in the World War II, he started to try her remedies and in the Second War, and he began to heal the 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 people who was wounded by the war with the remedies of Saint Hildegard, and he discovered that the remedies of Saint Hildegard were effective. So he started to study all the remedies from her and her principles, and he revived the knowledge of Saint Hildegard. It's wonderful because San Hildegard's had the quality of seeing the plants and say what is the virtues of the plant, if it is bad or good for something, and the properties only by seeing the plant. It reminds me the sages of Ayurveda.
The Vedic seers.
Yes, which were able to even talk to the plants and see what were the properties of the herbs. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Well, I love the fact that you have done a deep dive into alternative systems of healing. That's wonderful. Now, coming from a modern paradigm of the pharmaceutical industry, and coming into a completely different paradigm of traditional medicine and natural healing, what was most challenging for you in terms of shifting the way that you viewed the world or the way that you viewed healing?
uh, I think that the more challenging point is to tell the people that modern medicine is not bad, it's good. But I think it's good for the acute cases and for example, surgeries and some traumas. But at long term, the best way to treat the health of a person is to get into the source of the health. And those are the basic principles. For example, we have the doshas in Ayurveda and the elements. We have the same principles in St. Hildegard's medicine and also in Chinese medicine. We have the 5 elements, which are similar to the Ayurveda. And also those elements are also manifested in our physiology. So we need to balance those elements in ourselves. And that balance means to apply some principles like diet, lifestyle, behavior, and also the help of the herbs. Uh, with those, we can balance our physiology and balance the elements that exist inside of our physiology. So with modern medicine, we are dealing with the superficial aspect of the physiology, which is the last part, which is the the disease. And also we are treating like the symptoms, but not the origin of the disease, which is the elements and the energetic part of the physiology.
Yeah, beautiful. Well said. Well, I love the fact that you expressed it as, um, we want to, there's many times in Ayurveda, we'll talk about removing the cause. But you phrased it in a beautiful way. We want to go to the source of health.
Yes,
And the source of our health is harmony and balance.
yes,
And it's always there. There's always the potential for it. It's just creating the environment to restore so that the restoration starts to happen. Um,
yes, yes.
yeah, so I really love that. So yeah, so I have one final question for you, Victor, and that is, what's on the horizon for you? What's really, I know you're starting to do some other studies looking at other systems. But if there's something that is percolating for you that you're feeling excited about in the world of natural healing, Ayurveda, or otherwise, I'd love to hear about it.
Oh, I have many projects, and I think the first is the web page, because I need to others for knowing my system of uh, and also the knowledge that I want to share with others. And I just started to give some lectures to some friends, and also in the meditation center. Uh, Other projects is to write books, because I know that there are some books already in the market, but I think that my journey can be like uh, a way to inspire others to get into this knowledge. And maybe the books that I have read about Ayurveda here are not like too much practical, and I would like to give some book that is with practical points that people can apply in an easy way. And also, I think that another important part of the health is the emotional and spiritual aspect that we need to develop. Okay, so Ayurveda is like complementing the knowledge of Saint Hildegard, because Saint Hildegard talk about emotions, talk about the spirituality, and uh, I think that in that way we have the whole perspective of the health. We have the diet, the lifestyle, the the reduction of the stress with meditation. But San Hildegard also talks about the emotions, how the emotions can affect to our physiology, and how every disease has an explanation from the emotional perspective. And also the
Mm,
spiritual health of the person has an impact in the physiology of the person. So it's the whole knowledge that we can integrate, and I would like to explain in a book or in some lectures. So I have
mm.
many projects, but I need time. Also,
Yes, yes,
I am a teacher assistant, and sometimes time is too short.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I love what you shared about the emotional component of both health and imbalance. That it's nothing happens in isolation. It's the
Yes,
interconnectedness. So I love what you shared. Thank you for that.
yes,
So,
and also it's interesting because some people comes to my consultation and they are willing to say everything about diet, lifestyle, but talking about emotions, that they are like have some resistance about to
mm,
deal with their own emotions and
mhm.
their spirituality. Uh, no matter what religion they have, but they should be truthful about their beliefs. So that is important, because sometimes they are like doing something and believe in another thing, and they are not like
You're you're
having
you're
an
saying that they regardless of what their beliefs are, it's are they living in a way that's with integrity,
yes, yes,
where
yes,
they're walking the walk, not just
yes,
talking the talk.
yes, yes, yes,
And
and
that can, and if that's not happening, that can create a lot of confusion and conflict in the mind.
yes, yes, and
We
also
we can hear Vajramanahar say that.
yes, that is the duality.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Um,
and also because you are thinking something, you believe in something, and you have in your mind a higher spiritual objective, but you are like walking in the opposite way, and you are not aligning with your own beliefs and your own emotions. So the body is like confusing. The inner intelligence of the body is it get confused because you are thinking something, but you are doing something different. And the health is deteriorating because it is like confusing about all the emotions and the spiritual impact of their actions.
yeah,
Okay.
well, it could be, we could talk about ama in that regard as well, that there's a block,
Yes.
and either there's a block or what's the other option? So yeah, there's just something's not flowing properly, and there's a misalignment.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
So yeah. But that's interesting that you've noticed that, clients they're willing to talk about the material things,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
but a bit more resistant to open up in a way that really will promote the true healing.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But,
So
that does take time.
yes, it requires some time, but in my clients, I'm trying to get deeper in their emotions and trying to see what are the conflicts that they have inside and also spiritual conflicts. So in that way, I think that they can be more aware about what are they doing wrong, okay, in the whole sense.
Yeah, how they
Okay.
can really restore health and harmony to their
Yeah.
lives, in a real meaningful way. How about if someone wants to reach out to you, find you, is there a good way to get in touch with you? Are you on any social media channels or,
I I am in the Facebook and also you have my email and my phone number and
okay.
so uh, they can
It's
reach me
okay
at
okay, great. I can include your Facebook um, link as well. Great. Well, wonderful, Victor. This was a real privilege and a joy. I really appreciate you taking the time, sharing your experience with Ayurveda and coming into health and harmony in your life and bringing it to others. So thank you so much.
Thank you
Um,
very much to you.
yeah, exactly.